Let me go back. I was the victim of fraud. What's up, y'all? It's the Blanco sisters, or one Blanco sister, because my sister is not here with me right now, and I just said sister a lot of times. If you are new to the channel, hi, welcome. My name is Briseida. I film videos with my sister. Her name's Yareni, but she's not here with me right now. It's just me. I'm solo dolo, so I'm gonna bring you guys a juicy story time. It wasn't juicy while I was going through it, but now looking back, I'm like, man, that this is a good story, and I feel like I need to tell you guys. I haven't mentioned it on the channel, I don't think, but yeah. Before we get started with the video, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you guys. Before we do anything, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and join the Blanco gang. I don't know, I feel like we should have a name for you guys, but I don't know what name, you know, to have for you guys, for our viewers. Maybe you guys can help us out. That would be nice. You guys, I have good news. I just made myself an Instagram. I know, I feel like it was long overdue, you know, with YouTube. If you've been following us for a while, you know we were like on Instagram, off Instagram, on Instagram, off Instagram, and now I'm back on Instagram. So my username is Briseida13. Someone else already stole my username, which I was like, hold on. I've had that username for years. That has always been my username for everything, and then some other Briseida wanted to be a 13 also and added that Briseida13 to their username, so now I had to pick a new username, but it's still the same except with 2 B's. You know, I was like, why not Briseida13, 2 B's, Briseida Blanco, the B for the Blanco, you know, and then my name. I was like, why not? It works, whatever. So there it is, Briseida13. That's my new Instagram. If you guys want to go ahead and follow me, then yeah, follow me. I will try to be consistent on there, like post stories, and then just so I can show you guys like what I'm doing, not like a vlog obviously, but just like little pictures here and there, so you guys can keep up with me. Go ahead and follow me. Today I am bringing you guys a story time. Where do I begin? Let's go back 3 years ago when I had just graduated high school. This was like fall time, and I graduated summertime, so I was already like in college. It was like 1 semester that I was in college. I had just started college, right? Fresh out of high school. I had just gotten a new job, so I was saving up. Let me go back. I was the victim of fraud. Even say that now, it's like, damn girl, you're dumb. But no, like I was just naive, but I was a victim of fraud. I was. So let's get into the story because it's a good one. I had just graduated high school. I was 18 at the time. I'm 21 now. I was 18 at the time. You know, fresh out of high school, right into college, got myself a brand new job. You know, I transitioned from like my youth, and I was transitioning, oh my goodness, transitioning into adulthood. So, you know, I'm kind of feeling myself. I'm like, all right, you know, I'm a college student now. I got myself a little job or whatever, you know, pretty good job for an 18-year-old, in my opinion. So I was like, all right, you know, I was kind of like feeling it. So I was saving up a little bit of money while I was working, and I had also won a couple of scholarships my senior year of high school. So I had saved up my scholarship money. So I had a little bit of savings in my bank account as an 18-year-old, which I'm very proud to say, but then it all went downhill. I remember the exact date and everything. My case happened December 21st, 2017. So start of my day, I wake up and I'm like messaging my friend. I was like, hey, let's do something, you know. We had gone to the gym, I believe we had gone to the gym, and then we were gonna go somewhere else. So I was with my friend and we decided that we were gonna go to a separate location after the gym, but we needed to go get my friend's money because she needed to take money out of her bank. So I was like, yeah, sure. So then I drive her to get money out, and while I was in the car and she just got off to go get her money, and I see that she comes, like, she's talking to this lady, and I was just like, okay, I thought they were just having a conversation, you know, while my friend was trying to take the money out in the ATM. So they were having the conversation and I was just, you know, minding my business. Like, I was just in my car just waiting for my friend. And then my friend comes over and she's all like, so my friend is like, hey, she comes to the car and she's like, hey, this lady's like telling me that she wants me to just cash some checks out for her, but my bank isn't letting me. She's all like, do you mind doing it? And at this time she was telling me while I was already off the car, she kind of told me like, hey, you know, and I kind of got off the car. She's like, this lady you know, needs help cashing these checks. She can't cash these checks. And when she told me that, I was already like, okay. It was kind of like already iffy, but I was like, okay. I still went along with it, even though you know, it was kind of like iffy. The lady was like, she said, I need to cash these checks, but can you guys like help me out, because I have kids, I'm trying to pay my rent, you know, I'm already late on rent and I just need to pay my rent, so can you guys help me out? And I was like, I'm sorry, like I was trying to get away from the situation. And then I told her, I'm sorry, I don't have this bank. And she's like, well, what bank do you have? And my naive, and my little 18-year-old naive girl goes, oh, I have this bank, it's right over there. And she goes, oh, okay, perfect. She's like, oh, okay, like please, I am so sorry, we'll go over there, can you please just do me this favor, we can go over there. I was like, okay. Like, I was just feeling really bad for this lady, you know. It was around Christmas time. I was like, I was feeling a little jolly, you know. I was like, all right, I'm feeling kind of like Santa right now. I was like, all right, maybe I am Miss Claus, you know, maybe I am Mrs. Claus. So I help her out. We go, we cash the check. Oh, and by the way, this lady, she knew what she was doing. She was like gassing me up. She was like, you are so beautiful, my son will love you, like look at those dimples, like. And I was just like, oh yeah, like on my way, I'm about to go cash her checks. I'm like, oh yeah. And she's all like gassing me up, you know. I was like, she's so nice. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. We end up getting to the bank, to my bank, and we go in, us three, me, my friend, me, and the lady. And as we go in, the bank teller was already, they were already kind of all looking at us like, like something was going on, because the lady, she was, her ethnicity was different from mine and my friend. So yeah, you know, she stood out. And the bank teller and all the people at the bank were just kind of like looking at us like if something suspicious was about to go down. But at the time, I didn't really like pay much attention to it. So anyway, I go up to the bank teller. I'm like, hey, I want to cash these checks. She's all like, okay. Bank teller was already like kind of giving me like an iffy, like, you know, vibe. But I went with it. So the checks were, one of the checks, it was two checks. One of the checks was over $900 and the other check was over $500. So yeah, we're talking about over $1,000 that were gone out of my bank account. Yeah, I go ahead and cash the checks for her. and they were explaining to me, they were explaining to all of us that the checks were going to go on hold because they didn't look, I don't know what the bank teller had told me, because I honestly wasn't even like paying attention to what she was telling me. My mind just went blank, and I was just like trying to get it over with and trying to leave. I like heard it, but I didn't listen to what she was saying. But I guess she told me, my friend and I, that the checks were gonna go on hold, but I could still cash them out because I had enough money in my bank account to cash that money out. Just the checks were going to be placed on hold. So then I had enough money in my bank account, so then I go ahead and do it. And then I'm all trying to give it to the lady, but she like whispers like in front of the, and we were still like up front on the desk, and I was trying to give the money to her, and she was like, oh no, don't give it to me here, like give it to me outside. And then right there I was like, okay, like something is going on. Like I was still very naive, like this whole thing I was just like, maybe she just doesn't want to be like embarrassed that I'm giving her the money, or like, you know, that I'm providing for her or something like that. I don't know, but that's what she said. So we go outside, whatever, we're like, okay, we say bye to her. She's like, thank you so much, thank you so much. And my friend and I leave. We go on about our day. The next day I wake up and I get a call from my bank, and they tell me that my account has been closed. And I was like, excuse me, what? Oh, how? And then like she tells me that my account has been closed, everything is like, I'm no longer with this bank anymore because of the fraudulent checks. As soon as the lady told me that my account was closed, I knew exactly why. Like my mind just went back to that lady and back to that day. And she was like, yeah, your account is closed. And I told them, well, I didn't know that they were fraudulent. Is there anything that I can do? Because it wasn't even my fault. I was a victim. And then she told me like, okay, well, you might want to like do this and this, and go on about the issue, because I mean your account is closed. So I had to go contact the police. I had to go to the police station. I had to file a report, and you know, it was such a hassle, you guys. It was such a hassle. I was fresh out of high school, mind you, fresh out of high school. And when I told my mom, because I had to tell my mom, like I just needed to let somebody know so they can guide me and like what to do, because this has never happened to me. And I told her, I was like, Mom, like I was literally about to cry, guys. It was over $1,000 that I lost. I mean, that I saved up and that I worked for, and they were just gone. Like those were all my savings, you know. And I was so proud of my savings because I had just gotten my job. I was doing like really good, and then it was all gone. It was completely gone. I was like devastated, you guys. I even went through like a depression like phase. It was bad because I was just financially, like I was not stable. I had help, you know, I wasn't alone. Like luckily I'm blessed enough to have people around me that you know, were willing to lend their hand. But I was just so devastated, and I was depressed. I did go into depression for a while. I just didn't know what to do. I felt like I had lost everything. I remember going home from work, and when I would get a check after the whole fraud happened, when I would get a check, I would just cry on my way back home. I would just start crying, and I would just be super thankful, and I would always thank God for the blessing that he had placed on my life, you know. Even if it was a check, I mean, that was gonna feed me and you know, provide for myself and my family. So I went through like a little depression stage and whatnot. That was for a few months. I don't know, I just felt empty and like I had nothing, like I had just lost everything. That's how I felt. And I know money isn't supposed to take that much of a toll on you, but for me it did, just because I don't know, I guess I was just very, you know, I was so proud of it. It was my scholarship money, the money that I had worked for, you know, and I was just like, man, it's gone. And I couldn't like pay for like the stuff that I had to pay for, you know. It was like, man, like that was my savings. But anyway, yeah, I went through like a whole little depression stage. I had to go to the police station, file a report, do this all by myself. My mom told me, I'm not gonna go with you, you have to figure it out. And that just kind of put more stress on me, and what kind of like also led me to like me being a little like down and depressed for a bit. I had to just do it all on my own, go talk to the police officers, give them all the information I had. And it was a hassle. They were like telling me, okay, you have to go to your bank, ask for all your statements, and come back to us. And then I went to the bank, and the bank was not cooperating with me at all. I had to speak to the manager. He was like not willing to help me. They didn't even give me the right statements on my bank statement. I remember looking through it, and I had spent I had withdrawn some money that same day for one of the checks, and that wasn't even on my bank statement, which I was like, okay, that was kind of strange. And they were just being very shady. The bank was being very shady towards the situation also, which I didn't like and I didn't mess with. And I was like, all right. So it was a lot. So that happened. And funny enough, you guys, this goes to show how like God works. I was going to Home Depot one day with my mom's boyfriend, and we were in a completely different city, and we were at a stoplight, and I just turn around and I see the lady that had committed fraud on me. And this was months later that I had seen the lady. I had seen her months later, and I told my mom's boyfriend, that's her. She just dyed her hair differently, but she was at a liquor store coming up with 2 other people, and they just looked like, you know, like junkies. Like that's what they do for a living. And I was like, that's her, we need to follow her. So we ended up following the car. I got her on video and everything. She ended up realizing that we were following her, and then she stops the car, and she was just getting all jittery, like when she found out that we were following her. Like she was just like, you know, something's going on. And she stops the car, she gets off, and she's trying to pay me like the $300 out of over $1,000 that she took from me. She's all trying to pay me $300. And I have her on video and everything, her coming up to the car. I was like, oh, you don't remember me? Like you took my money, you know. I was like all confronting her, and then she was just telling me like what she was trying to pay me. And I was like, no, I didn't take the money. I didn't take the money because I didn't, like, something in me just told me not to take the money. So I didn't take the money, but I did have her on video. I was still kind of like back and forth with the police officer that was involved in my case. And then I had told them like, oh yeah, this happened, like I had just seen her and I have her on video. And he was like, you know what, just keep everything. I had to go to court. I had to, like, I remember they had asked me to go into the police station, and they gave me like a paper with a bunch of like faces of people that were committing crimes, and they told me, okay, point to the person that committed the fraud. And right away, like, I knew who it was. I was like, it's her. And then they told me, okay, you know what, you're not the first person that's been coming to the police station with this complaint. There has been other people in the city that have come for the same reason, but they are just not consistent with the case. So we can't really do anything about it because people don't come back with enough evidence. So he encouraged me to keep on going with the case. So I had to go to court, and guys, this lady committed fraud to so many people. The day of court, there was a line of people. I'm talking about at least 11 to 12 people, and I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating. At least 11 to 12 people, and they were all young. So we went to court. You know, they pulled me in, they asked me so many questions, like blah 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 blah. And so long story short, the lady ended up getting 5 years in jail. Yes, she ended up getting 5 years in jail. Did I get my money back? No, but I had the chance to get restitution. So what that is if pretty much the lady's working within the jail, and if she makes any type of money, whether her family member like puts it in her account or whatnot, it would come to me. But I didn't go through with it. I honestly thought like that whole situation just put me under so much stress and so much back and forth with going to the police station, going to court. It just put so much stress on me that I didn't even want to go through with the restitution money. I didn't even want to go through with it. I was just like, you know what, this lady's in jail. That's all I really needed to know. That's all I really needed to know, like that she was in jail. That was enough for me. The money, I was like, money comes and goes, and I don't even care about the money. I was like, I've lived without that money and I was fine, so I'll be okay. I know that God can take care of me, and money is just not something that I should really be stressing about. And that's what I learned through that whole process, is that money is nothing. It's not worth stressing over, because money comes and goes. And I have been blessed, thank you God, I have been blessed. I've been fortunate enough to have a job, to have income, to have more than I really need. So I'm very thankful and fortunate, and I'm blessed to even be able to say that, especially right now, because I know how hard it is, you know, during this whole quarantine. That's my little story time, you guys. I was a victim of fraud. I lost over $1,000. I went through depression. You know, but I'm here, and I just wanted to tell you guys this little story so you guys can be careful. If people are asking you to cash checks for them, or you know, do this, I was trying to do it out of my kind heart, and look where it got me. I'm not saying, you know, everybody's like that, but just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of, don't be naive. I think that's what I'm trying to say, is don't be naive, don't be dumb. Just don't involve yourself with anything like that. If people are asking you out in the street, like to do this for them or to do that for them, like, you know, you can help out, you know, but just be cautious and be aware, and always have that in the back of your head. Oh yeah, and since the lady did commit fraud to so many other people, she had to pay like like what she took from me was the most, because I remember the judge going through the list, and he was like, Reseda Blanco, $1,000 some. I was like, dang. Everybody else was like $500. Other people were like $50. Others were like $100. I was like, dang, this lady was balling with my money. But that's my little story time, you guys. I hope this was interesting. Just even saying it now, I'm like, man, I really went through that. But I did, I really did. And now I can speak about it because I'm over that. I think I spent so much time and energy and everything you can think of just going through that like case and everything. But man, I'm so glad that it's over. Yeah, so that was my story time, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I didn't make it too long. If I did, I apologize, but it was a lot that I had to say. If you want to see more story times or anything, go ahead and leave your comments down below so I can take a look at them. My sister can take a look at them, and we can kind of plan out what we want to film for you guys. If you stayed through the end, thank you so much for watching it all. Thank you to all of our new subscribers. Just thank you guys for really being consistent with us and watching your videos. We see more comments coming in, so thank you guys for all your feedback, all your comments, your likes. It never goes unnoticed. But that's it from me. So that's all, you guys. I'll see you guys in our next video. Deuces.